but there was an ethics,
We have to close public comment.
oh, okay.
Is there anything else?
Move to close.
Can we come back to you?
Sure.
Is there any other public comment? All right, a motion to close
I
public
make a
comment?
motion to close public comment.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, back to the ethics issue with Hank. Does everybody remember what we were dealing with there? Or no?
Was it made in public, or was it brought in, was it in
It was an
closed
ethics-
session? Because mostly ethics complaints are,
The ethics
Usually-
committee dealt with the complaint
okay,
and found that the ethics law that the town of Palatine has in place does not adequately cover what was brought as an offense.
okay.
That's where we stand with it. It's back to the board. And now it's up to the board to either drop it or do something with it. And what's the board's pleasure?
What was the recommendation of the ethics committee?
No recommendation, because it doesn't fall in their purview.
I see.
Frankly, I thought that the complaint was politically motivated, and I think that Hank did speak with the aggrieved party. There was a discussion, an apology, and I think that's as far as it needs to go at this particular point. I recommend no action.
Can you put that in a form of a motion?
Sure, I make a motion that we take no action on the ethics complaint against Councilman Vandenberg.
Is there a second?
I'd like to have a discussion on it first.
Well, in order to have discussion, we gotta second it. and then-
All right, I'll second it then.
Okay.
Okay, is there any discussion?
The only discussion I have, and I've said it before, that as an elected official, whether you're on your own time or not on your own time, we still gotta conduct ourselves in a professional manner. I mean, I know it's hard to kind of separate them two sometimes under a heated moment, but we still have to conduct ourselves in a professional manner.
Concur.
Well, I think that, that's true, and I think Hank did, again, apologize to the aggrieved party, and that this was something that was done on social media, and there was points back and forth, and I think it's a testament to how bad social media could be, okay? And, none of us are perfect. At times, all of us lose our cool, and I think that it was not to the point of anything that needs any particular sanction, because it was a written discussion. There was a few verbals back and forth, and Hank has stood up 2 or 3 times and made a systematic apology about it. And I don't, being on the end of a lot of bad comments, sometimes we don't let it roll off our backs like it should, and that's just what it is. But I think in this politically charged atmosphere, to try to make anything about it at this particular point is really just not productive for anyone.
Okay, a lot of this kind of behavior has been what has gone on at these meetings before I got here. One of my main points was to try to clean things up and run a decent meeting. And a good part of that is having respect for one another. Hank, I haven't seen any of this kind of stuff that has gone on in the past come from your corner since I've been here. I have no reason to pursue something that is that far back in history, and I would just ask that the entire board treat one another decent. Maybe we can disagree and still get along with one another. You know, this whole country used to run that way, and it seems more and more difficult all the time for it to happen. But I would like to see it happen more here. And part of that is, I'm willing to vote to let it go to bed tonight. It's okay. Going forward, I would ask that we all try to respect one another. We're gonna disagree. I know you and I disagree on this Pizza Hut deal.
Yeah,
But, you know, that's okay.
sure.
The people have elected me, they've elected you. Let's disagree, but let's be civilized,
Yeah.
okay? That's all I got to say on this.
Yeah, I personally never thought you put the URL on the website.
This is all a surprise to
I
me.
never for a moment thought that.
Do you
Yeah,
mind if I say something? If this is what I think it is, it's referring to some Facebook post or some other
Yeah,
discussion on,
yeah.
okay. So I have been researching this for various other reasons. You have to be really careful as an elected official. You have a higher level of scrutiny, if you will. You serve under a higher bar than the average Joe out here. So you can be held liable for things that you place even on personal Facebook pages because of your standing as an elected
Mhm.
official. So that should be fair warning for
I have
all of
a
us.
general question. It's not reflection necessarily on this case, but
Well, I don't know
Does-
the particulars of the
no,
case
does-
either. I'm sorry, I don't have.
would
any.
provocation play a role in?
No. And that is why all of these really high up elected officials can't win their defamation lawsuits. Some of them can, but it really takes an egregious offense to do so. So you,
it's
as you
nasty
said, Mr.
territory.
Novak, you have got to let it roll off your back. If they're gonna be nasty, then they're nasty. And you're just gonna have to deal with it until you're no longer an elected official. And even then, for sake of professionalism, I wouldn't recommend acting out of anger. On Facebook page or in the written word, it can be pretty effective and harmful and hurtful, and it's just not something you should do.
I have a question for you. Now that we have the handbook in place, and
Mhm.
if something like this should ever come about again, I think there's a spot in that handbook that is,
Well-
you basically violated the handbook.
Yes, so this gives you more grounds because you now have a behavioral standard that you have to adhere to. It could fall under workplace violence or harassment, or,
Yeah.
could fall under various other things, which, like I said, I don't know the whole story, so I can't speak to that. But yes, so everybody will have to read this and keep that in mind.
Could you reread the motion for us?
Oh, on a motion by Chris Novak, second by Sean Cotton, the board will take no action against the complaint. Will take no action on the complaint against Hank Vandenberg.
Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Abstain.
we dealt with that.
You abstained, huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I didn't hear what it said.
Okay. All right.
Just a point of clarification on the previous motion before public comment. That passed, it carried, but there was a motion about, taking down information from the website. So how did that read?
I didn't get your vote on that, I don't think. I've only got 2 votes on that. A motion by Chris, second by Hank, to suspend any information on the website until the board approves it.
I voted for it,
You
yes.
voted for it, so there was 3 ayes, and Bill
I voted no.
voted no.
Okay. Just so we're clear on that. Because I don't think, you put your hand up, but I don't think she saw you, okay?
Okay, motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
That screwed it up, didn't it?